Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark, and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Hey everybody, and welcome back. So today, I finally have the decals that I want, that I ordered, and we're going to get to work on it. But first, I need to paint the name of the car on here. So, I drew out the words that I want. Okay, so that's the name of the car, VooDoo. Okay, now it was just a rough sketch, but basically I got what I wanted and where I wanted it. Then I had to figure out exactly where on the car I was going to put it. Did I want it back here, or somewhere here, maybe across here, So what I ended up deciding is basically right there. Now, of course, on the other side, I had to figure it out, but it has to go the other direction, right? Because you can't write it down backwards. So it's not mirrored. So I had to roughly figure out it was going to go in relation with the other one. Roughly at the post here, and then kind of almost center the back sail panel. So same thing here, right around that center post and a little bit into the sail panel. And then again, I had to figure out the heights, make sure both sides are the same. So that's all figured out. Now that I've got that in there, I don't know if you can see this, but I kind of went over it with just a fine tip permanent marker. Kind of hard to see on this color, but it is there. One of my O's, it's hard not showing up, but it's there. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to paint that blood red. It'll have blood runs dripping down and different things like that. I may do a black or silver drop shadow on it. I'm not sure. And I've also ignored this wood. This is part of the same project, but you'll see that later. So I'm not putting a whole lot of decals on this, but there is some that I wanted. Now there's these ones here, if it will focus. There we go. I know where those are going, one on each side. And I've got a bunch of others, the standard, STPs and different things. There will be some more, but I need the windows in to do them because some of them are going on the windows. And while I can't put the windows in until I get the decals done so that I can finish clear coating the vehicle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll paint the red on first and then maybe show you, or I may do the whole VooDoo word, both sides, get it the way I want it, and then I'll show you. Either way, I'll be back very shortly. So, see you in a few. Okay, so let me show you what I've gotten so far. Now, I was looking at it and I needed to break up the color just a little bit more. So, I used some of this. This is fingernail tape. It's just kind of reflective, rainbowy, right? And I did it as a pinstripe on the car. Now, it didn't turn out too bad. It's fairly thin, so it shouldn't be too hard to bury it in the clear. Now, of course, I went all the way across the car, but I also got first stage of VooDoo on there. Now I gotta touch it up, clean it up just a little bit, but there's the rest of the pinstriping. So I'm going to touch up that silver just a little bit. But I needed to put the silver down first because I'm going to use this stoplight red color. And I did a test spot right there. And it doesn't quite show up. You can kind of see some of the metallic in it, but yeah, it doesn't really show up. So it needs a brighter background. So I'm going to do it over top of the silver. Now I just painted this, so I got to let it dry a bit, but it is lacquer, so it shouldn't take long. There's the other side. I got to straighten out my D. Now I'm going for the hand painted look, which is why obviously I hand painted it. I didn't want a decal, I wanted something that looked like somebody hand painted it on the car. So I'm going to have to go back and forth a few times, make sure that all my little squirrelies are close, but I'm not looking to be exact from side to side. I want it to look hand painted, which means some spots are going to be thicker or thinner than others. Some aren't going to be the exact same shape as the other side, as you can tell. So that's where I'm at. So once this is dried, and I got to do the stripe on this side too, but I left enough room right here, right at the top of the V, to run my stripe. So I'll get that on. And of course, once the front end is on together, like so, it won't look too bad. You see that little bit of sparkle under the clear. And of course, with the stoplight red, having that sparkle to it, will it focus on it? There you can see kind of the red and the gold shimmer to it. Camera doesn't like it very much, but so you'll see that on the side of the car. And I'm going to make it look like there's blood runs and everything else. Hey everybody. Hey, I'm back. So I got a bunch of the decals done. I've got the VooDoo painted on. I put a stripe on it, and then I clear coated it. But I had a slight problem with the clear coat. It didn't lay down smooth. Didn't really react. It just didn't lay down smooth. So I'm going to end up having to do some wet sanding, but I'm going to give it a couple days to dry. And then I'll wet sand it, and then I'll probably coat it with Future. So let me show you some of the things and decals that I put on. So right here, I'll zoom in for you. If it'll focus, I got one on the NOS bottle. So you can see that one there. Then I got the MSD box back here. And then I got one right there, AHRA. And that's about it on there. Now on the front, I had a decal there, and I also put that stripe on, and that's now in there. So that's got that kind of a reflective sparkle to it. And of course, that's all sealed down with clear. Now you can see that texture in there. So I'm going to have to wet sand all of this. I don't know why it's got that texture. It's never done that before. And it's not really a reaction because it's smooth, it's hard, it's dry, but it's got a texture to it. So I'm going to have to wet sand that. Probably start with 1,000, go with 2, and then 3,000. And then I'll have to coat it with Future. And then I'll do not decals, but I'll paint signal lights on it. Things like that. Now as for the body, got the VooDoo done. And yes, I forgot to get rid of my black line in a couple spots. But now it's sealed, so not much I can do about it. But like I said, I was going for a hand-painted look. So maybe the guy that did it forgot to get rid of the markings. So anyways, I got that stripe there as well, across the front or across the body. STP on the back corner. Now there is going to be stuff on some of the windows, so we'll put them on later. And I got this on the back corner. Now again, you can see that texture there, and it's all the way across the roof. It is dry. Here's the other side. See, this side I got rid of those lines and stuff. The other side I forgot. But there's that stripe again, STP, and that sticker there. So I'll have to wet sand and polish this, but I'm going to let it completely cure for a couple days. So the other thing I got done is I put the Fram sticker on the oil filter. Now I still got to paint that black texture that they put on so you can grip the oil filter nicely. I put some red bolts, painted the red bolts in there and on the front. Now I'm going to get back to doing the carburetor fuel lines and stuff like that. I got to paint my throttle cable. So that'll probably be in the next video. So that's how it's all looking so far. You know, the motor will look pretty good in there. Like so. And the body. And if you're liking what's going on so far and how everything's looking, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me as well while you're down there. It'll be muchly appreciated. Also, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram and my Facebook group, the links will be down in the description. I also have a PayPal Me link down there in the description if you decide that you want to try and help out in some way. Every little bit helps. No obligation to do so. So I think I'm going to leave you with this. It'll be a shorter video this time around. I got to let this cure. It's taken a long time for paints to dry and everything else. And I didn't get as far as I wanted to. But next time around, this here will be completely featured. And yeah, it'll be nice and clean. Now, something else. I still have to put the windshield in, side windows in, back window in. And I've got a few things I want to do for those to make them look a little cooler. But I may not use clear for all the windows. I'm thinking maybe red. How would that look? Let me know down in the comments what you think. Should I use the red? Make all the side windows and back windows red. Keep the front one clear, of course. Kind of goes with the theme, I think. And I'd love to know what you guys think. So leave some comments down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to get to all of them. So until next time, later.